Find the exponential function that passes through the points -1, 2/3, 2, 18. I need a comma in here. Find the growth or decay rate at x equals 4. So if this exponential function is increasing from left to right, then I will have growth rate. If it's decreasing, I would have rate of decay. All right, so let's start with the points that we have. We do have -1 as input, so 2/3 is output, and then I have 2 as input, 18 is output. So when -1 is my x, f of x is 2/3, and when 2 is my x, f of x is 18. Okay. Let me go ahead and go to the next page and continue. What is it that we know about exponential functions? We know exponential function f as a function of x equal some constant a. You can think of it, f of x equals some a, or you could think of it as initial value, when the x is 0, when the power is 0. So some a, some initial value that we are starting our calculation, times some base to the power of x. So please make the distinctions that this is not ab to the power of x. That's the most common mistake that students make. This is a times, this is times b to the power of x. Okay, a times b to the power of x. Okay, using the 2 points that we have, I can claim using first point, f of x was 2/3 equal a times the b, the base to the power of -1, because our first point was -1 2/3. And using the second point, I can claim that 18 equal some a times some base to the power of 2. Notice that I have 2 equations. Let's call this one equation 1. Let's call this one equation 2. And I do have 2 unknowns, a and b. So what I can do from equation 1, if I multiply both sides of this equation by b, let me write it here. So when I have 2/3 equals a b to the -1, if I multiply both sides of this equation by b, on the left-hand side, I will have 2/3 of b equals b times ab to the -1. This cancel this because I'm adding the exponents. Remember that this becomes a times b minus 1, which is the exponent of this one. I'm adding to exponent of this b, which is plus 1. So this becomes 2/3 of b equals ab times b to the power of 0, and anything to the power of 0 is 1. So this is 1. So I can claim that a equals 2/3 or 2/3 of b. A equals 2/3 of b. Let me go to the next page and continue. So knowing that a equals 2/3 of b, what I can do with this, I can substitute this into the second equation. In second equation, we had 18 equals a b to the second. And I'm going to now substitute this into A. I should put it like maybe into A. So this gives me 18 equals, instead of A, I have 2/3 of B, and then I have times B to the second. This gives me 18 equals 2/3 B to the power of 3, B cubed. Now notice that I can multiply both sides of this equation by 3/2. If I multiply both sides of this equation by 3/2, so this cancels this cancels this, I'm left with B cubed equals 3/2 times 18, that's time and a half of 18, that gives me 27. So taking cube root of both sides, so if B cubed equals 27, taking cube root of both sides, then I have B equals 3. Okay, so we learned that B equals 3, and A, in fact, we learned that was 2/3 of B. So we learned that A is 2/3 of B. So A equals, let me go to the next page. A equals 2/3 of B. So A equals 2/3 of 3. So A equals 2. Okay. Now, if A equals 2, I can write my equation, my exponential equation, as f of x. Remember, we had equals sum A times sum B to the power of x. Well, then f of x equals 2, because the value of A, we found it to be 2, times B, okay? And we found that the value of B was 3, 2B to the power of 3. So this is the equation of the exponential function that passes through the given points. So now, looking at the question is asking us to find the growth and decay rate. So what is it that we know? We know that f of x equals A times B to the power of x, and we know that where B, the space is 1 plus rate, 1 plus rate. So now if I have B is 3 equals 1 plus rate, okay? If I subtract 1 from both sides of this equation, I got R equals 2. R equals 2 or 200%. So this exponential equation is growing pretty fast. So R equals 2 or 200%. And finally, the question is asking, find the value when x equals 4. Okay, f of 4 equals, the value of A was 2 times the base was 3. And when we, the question is asking when x is 4 to the power of 4. So f of 4 equals 2 times 3 to the power of 4. So 3 times itself 4 times. 9 times 3 is 27, times another 3 is 81. 81. So 2 times 81 is 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 8 is 16, is 162 is the value of the function when x equals 4. Okay, let me know if you have any question. I'll be doing more videos for you, and thank you.